Snap. This from Mississippi right here. It's another one. I thought I was playing with it. Shout out to Greenwood. For real. Even when I'm at my worst, I'm in my best condition. I wrote this song right here especially for my competition. Reppin' 662 again, I call it repetition. Been out the court for a minute, still on the mission. Where my competition, please show me my competition. Where my competition, please show me my competition. Where my competition.
My bad. What's good, man? Alright, all gracious. Time to Father, appreciate it for the day. Let's get it in.
What's up, brother man?
Hola! What up with it, love? What's up with it?
You're
Put that
really
moan in the
far
back.
away. Right there, look at him.
That moan in the back. What up with it, brother man?
What's it?
Hey, long as we know your dances, you ain't selling those, so we good. What up with y'all good people?
Just chilling.
That's what's up, man. So how y'all day been?
Tired. I've been on the road all day.
Hey, man, to anybody out there, man, let's give a big shout out to Moan, man. He's a veteran. He's in the military. You know what I'm saying? Let's thank that man for his service, for all he's doing for the world, for the country, and for the people. We appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate y'all.
Back to moon.
No problem, man. No problem. So what we got going on today, Tiffany? Let the people know who you are and, as a person and what you got going on.
Well, as you guys heard, my name is Tiffany, or Tiff, as you want to call it. And, just been busy working on business stuff. As you see in the background, there's a little bit of a chaotic mess back there. Got a little bit of everything, working on. Got all the stuff that I just kind of finished on. I got some poker chips I'm working on. I just finished a license plate over here.
Okay. So everything you're showing is everything you do yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what got you into it?
I've always been creative. I always liked doing things. And, I went to college to do theater major.
Mm-hmm.
Did the technical side of it, not the acting. Far from the actor. No. But, I like to do the drawings, the buildings, the lights, the audios, the whole 9 yard of everything. And once we moved back home, and not having that anymore, it kind of, after a while, weighed on me between not having a way to express myself or sports. It kind of came like, okay, now what am I going to do? And something I pondered on a lot, and I finally sat down, and someone was like, look, I think this is what I want to do.
Right.
This is what I want to do. And he's like, all right, what do you mean this is what you want to do? I was like, exactly what it means. This is what I want to do. He's like, are you sure? He's like, I don't mind supporting you and getting everything you want if this is what you really want to do. And I was like, yeah, I think this is something I really, really want to do. And so we bought, there's a small little brown one. It's hard to see back there, but it's a little 2-spinner. We bought that first just to be a trial. And I just loved it. I loved doing what I was doing. And then I decided, I just want to make this a business. Being able to be creative, people telling me what they want, but giving me the artistic way of be able to, express what they're looking for.
Right.
And it ain't just cups that I do. I mean, I got some, let's see. I also do cup holders I have here. This is a domino set I'm working on. I'm not quite done with it yet, but this is a whole custom domino set.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm working on some poker chips. I got a license plate. And these are a different type of cups. I mean, they're acrylic, as they call them, snow globe cups.
Right.
So, I mean, it ain't just these types of cups that I do, and I do different sizes. I also do some. I've done water bottles, which actually I think Mone's about to go grab that. I've done a 64-ounce stainless steel water bottle is what I did for him. Mm-hmm. I've done some 32-ounce stainless steel water bottles. Marv has one. I make custom LED lights. I engrave. Matter of fact, I don't have the light with it because it's not mine, but this is one that I just did for the car show this weekend, and this is an idea of what it'll look like.
Okay.
And you put it with the light, and you can put it to whatever color you want. It's just setting.
So how long you been involved in doing things like this?
Oh yeah, there's his 64-ounce water bottle.
and to all you watching out there, man, she makes and she creates everything for herself. You guys just basically hit her up on what you're looking for, and she just uses her own creativity. So how long you been doing on it?
What do you say? It's been about 6 months now?
Yep, about 6 months.
About 6 months that I've officially done like the business part of it.
Right. So is this something that you're trying to do? Just like I'm just trying to get by, or is this something you like? I want to make a whole career out of?
Oh no! I've always something like we've always said. The ultimate goal is to be your own boss.
Right. And
this is steps towards it. I'm also kind of like Brother Marv said yesterday, going into schooling to get his degree. I'm also working on my business degree right now.
Okay.
So that I can have a little bit more knowledge in what I'm doing and better make my stuff in the long run.
Okay. So what are all the things that you do make? Like, what is everything that you do make, and what are the things that you knowing down the line you're going to try to create next to bring to the table?
Well, stuff that I'm actually slowly getting into is making shirts.
Okay.
Maybe shirts 30. I would use hers. Grab mine out the closet. I tie-dyed, like this shirt that I'm having Moan grab for me is one that I did. I tie-dyed it personally, and then I put my stuff on it. So here.
Okay. How long did it take you?
Not long. No, that was like a day, maybe.
Okay.
It don't take long. The longest part of the shirt, at least for that one, was letting the stuff dry. Because I tie-dyed with acrylic paint. I didn't actually use tie-dye.
Okay.
So
I'm sorry.
So that really was more of the longer process than anything, was letting it dry. Once it was dry, it was easy. Put the stuff on.
So how long does it normally take to dry?
If I can put it outside, it'll dry a lot faster than if it's rainy or cold and it has to sit inside. But as long as I can get it to be somewhat dry enough that I can throw it in the dryer, I can heat set it and dry it that way, and then I'm done.
Okay.
So it just really depends on the day. If you can put it outside, 20 minutes maybe is how long your shirt sat out there for?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 20 minutes outside on a good day.
Okay.
Inside, it'll probably take about 20 minutes just to get somewhat dry to throw it in the dryer.
Okay. So do you feel like besides being your own boss is your ultimate goal, do you feel like, per se, that working for yourself is better for spending time with your kids as well?
Oh, yeah, most definitely, because I'm home.
Right.
I got gracious enough to have a husband who made a way to be able to let me go to school and be at home and do this at the same time and still be able to do everything that I do. I mean, I have great support everywhere else, but it started with him.
Right. Okay. And so what do you think, what do you see yourself in the next few years of creating a business? Like, do you guys want to keep it in your home? Or do you guys think about down the line, we're going to get everything started. Once we get rolling, we're going to create the business. We're going to try to get a building and, make it bigger than what it is.
I mean, at some point, the ultimate goal is to have a shop. I'd like to have a shop.
Okay.
But that's kind of a little further down. I definitely want to be able to still do what I'm doing, but, still focus on the fact that I am a wife, a mom, and that I still go to school at the same time. So balancing work life, home life, and just everything else.
Okay. So for the I'm gonna stop and get off subject real quick. So for the young ladies out there that want to create a business and that don't have a plan or a goal, what is something you think that a little advice that you would give them for, to get to the next level and tell them, hey, just go for it anyway?
I mean, I had no idea what I was walking into. I kind of walked into it very blindly. Facebook, YouTube, things like that, there is so much you can find, even on TikTok. I mean, if you were to go through my TikTok feed, you're going to find so much craft stuff. It's not even funny. Well, because after you start finding things, you TikTok is, you find what you see.
Right.
Right. And not everybody, because I've ran into a few people that I've asked them questions, and they're kind of like, I'm not going to tell you because, they don't want to share. But for the most part, you ask and you'll receive information to help you. I've had a lot of people I've reached out to give me tips and pointers to help better what I was already doing, because my first few, kind of like Mar said, I didn't really charge. No, I undercharged for my stuff in the beginning, and I probably still am slightly undercharging for my stuff, but I'm still slowly but surely working my way, up the pole. I mean, this really has been my biggest stuff right here. I have 13 of those gray cups that are all the same, that are going to the Silent War Foundation, which is what my dad and Ramone are run to help veterans and their families. So it's a military thing. That's also where those poker chips are going. So really, that's been my biggest order all at once. Mm-hmm. So I'm slowly getting more and more as it goes. Kind of like Mar said yesterday, we're working on trying to get like a domain so I can have an actual website and trademarks and things like that in the works, and then just slowly so I can expand out versus just there on Facebook and Instagram, really.
Right. Okay. So did you see yourself, even though you guys are not to the level you want to be, because, I think we all should always want more and more and more, especially for our family and our kids. Did you see yourself being this far ahead?
Not really, because it just seemed at the beginning, short of a few close friends, nothing really was no one was really grabbing. And then I almost was ready to give up, honestly, and he told me not to. Because I got a little discouraged because, a few people ordered stuff and then I didn't have nothing. I didn't get anything. I wasn't getting nobody. People were liking the page. They were liking this. They were making all the comments, but nobody was doing anything. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, the foundation that my dad and him run, they asked me to make some cups. And when they made them their first set of cups, it got a draw of people. And then that started bringing in some more people. And it was like, okay, what I'm doing is actually doing something. I have to be patient. I wasn't being patient enough.
Yeah, I very, very understand. Okay, so real quick, the business that you guys have for the veterans, can you give us a little bit more about that?
Oh, right. That's what me.
Yeah, that one's you.
So it's not a big business. So me and let me take my funny hat off. So me and her father, we're both. He's a veteran. He's retired out of the Desert Storm era, and I'm still inside. I've been in for about 9 years. So what we do is here in this town, we're a nonprofit. So we don't make any money. We do this out of our own time. We just raise money to help out other veterans and veteran families get the mental health care that they need to understand what we go through. So a little background story of me is I recently came back from deployment in 2016.
17.
Well, yeah, 17. Well, that was one of the hardest times for me to get back to the stabilization of civilization with other people. I had a job. I knew what I was doing as soon as I woke up till I went to sleep to come back here I didn't have nothing. So I said, freedom. Military don't teach you freedom like that. But our biggest goal right now, this is right for the beginning, we started off pretty slow. Now we're all over in Lawton. Everybody knows this. So we used her to help her. We kind of branched her in to open up her business wise, to give her some product to make, to cut her face out there. And then now we're just using her. We'll pay her to make some more cups for us, keep her business rolling. Like I said, everything started small. But she's been doing great. She's done so far, I think in total, she's been made at least about close to 20 cups for us. and other materials. She's made a lot of things for some good friends, grandmas, grandpas. So she can make whatever you want. Just give her a chance to try it. If it's something new she hasn't done, she's always willing to try something new.
Right.
I support this woman through anything. Everything she's done here, like all she does is shoot me a text like, "Hey babe, I found this. Want to try it?" What is my response to tell you? Do it. I said I pride myself. I work. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that knows me, man, I'm always working. And it's barely time y'all see me, but I work so her and my little daughter can do whatever they want whenever they need it.
Right.
They don't have to worry about it. So, business wise, eventually I want to open up a shop for her, but she can start making some mass products, and she can actually, go from being a creator to being the manager. Mm-hmm. And that's always somebody's only dream. For foundation wise, man, I plan on this foundation getting nationwide. I'm trying my best, making some contacts across the states, seeing who wants to link up and who actually wants to support us in our cause. Because at the end of the day, I'm here to help anybody else out.
Everything they do is straight off of donations too. Like, as the more people who donate and give money and help out, is more money they can put towards helping these veterans and their families.
So, right. I didn't put this out here, but the name of the foundation is the Silent War Foundation. We're on Facebook. All you gotta do is look us up, Silent War Foundation. It'll pop up. We'll have a little cross on, have a kneeling soldier. Yeah, it's probably the ribbon. We also have a customized ribbon that we use for our logo. All you gotta do is just get on there and like the page. We always put some content on the page, let know when events are happening. And every time, give it a heads up, this weekend we got a car show we're going to. I will be on Facebook Live showing the cars, little unique stuff, and talking about what I'm doing out there. So if y'all ain't got nothing to do, probably I think the event starts about 8 o'clock on Friday.
No, Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah, 8 o'clock on Saturday, 8 in the morning. I'll be up there about 9 o'clock in the morning. Be on FaceTime.
So can you break down real quick? What are you guys doing for the veterans again? For the people who are really in here?
So what we're doing is we're helping provide mental health care. So we have a I can't really call him a therapist, but a consultant that works alongside with us. Mm-hmm. So where the families or veterans come to us, we pay their costs. They don't pay no out-of-pocket costs. All they need to worry about is making their appointments. So that's where our whole goal is. We don't make, only thing that we do to raise a little bit more revenue and money for our foundation is to we sell cups, sell shirts that we pay for, and the rest of it just goes back. Everything we make goes back to our cause.
Right.
It roughly is around about $1,500 to get a whole family through a session.
Oh wow!
And so far in the past 3 years, we went from being almost to where we had to close the doors to, I think our last big event, we've got almost $6,000 in donations.
And this is money that you guys have to donate yourself. This is not like no government assistance or that.
Nope.
No, it's just people donating.
It's whoever wants to donate. And then where our biggest motto is, it's a dollar we never had. So it don't matter if it's $1. I don't care if it's 25 cents. You donated something that's to a cause. I'm a veteran, and I support all my brothers and my sisters that that wear the uniform.
Correct.
But I always want the young generation to understand that there's a way to get to where you are now, and somebody had to bleed and cry tears or leave their family to do that, regardless if you wore the uniform, wore a police uniform, firefighter, EMT, teachers. They all mean something. But
correct.
But that's pretty much, I'm being honest. That's all we do. We just raise donations. Nothing like that. Nothing we pay for. I even donate. I donate more than I think we get donations. And all I do is show up for events. I set up the events. I'm the vice president. Her father's the president. Well, we actually have 2 vice presidents. and all we do is just coordinate together. We meet up on our times that we're all off, and we try to just come up with a game plan of what we can do to raise more money for the year.
And so this thing that you're doing this is basically for veterans who actually need help, right?
Yeah, that's for veterans. It's not even just for veterans. It's for veterans and their families.
And their families.
Yeah. So say for instance, me and my wife, if she needed somebody to talk to understand how to cope with what I'm dealing with, or my mood swings, or my anger burst outs, she can come to us, and we can set up the sessions to where they'll do an independent session. It'll be just her at first, and then it'll be just me. And then our consultant will put them notes together and then bring both of us in and try to help us understand how to, meet that common ground.
Right.
So that's literally all I'm betting on. That's all we really must do. We just want, because the biggest downfall right now is for any soldiers coming back from a deployment or for any stressful situation is that bond.
Coming back to reality.
Yeah, it's coming back to reality. You coming back being home, and it's not the same.
Because for most of them, their minds freeze. Everything back home freezes. So it's like time never moves. You go for a year. A lot changes in a year when you're here doing this day in and day out. But your house changes. Things adapt. People have to change. People grow and things. So when you come back, you're expecting it to be how you left it, and it's not. And having to adjust a lot of people have a very hard time doing it.
So how do you guys feel when you're helping these veterans and their families? How do you guys feel in the way of happiness? Like, how's you guys' happiness level? Like, is it like just through the roof?
I've been honest. I'm a big religious, and I believe in good karma.
Right.
I am extremely happy seeing a smile on a veteran's face, just shaking my hand and letting him know that I'm here to support him. Letting him know that if it wasn't for what he did before I even put on this uniform, I wouldn't be able to put on that uniform. So it's that understanding, and I take it outside of the uniform. Yesterday morning, I was headed to the Oklahoma City to go to work, and a lady blew a tire out. I'm in uniform. I pulled over. Everybody else drove right past me. I stayed out there for 2.5 hours getting her tire changed because it's completely shredded. And it was two of us soldiers that was out there helping her, and you don't really see that no more. And I gloated. I put it on Snapchat. I was like, pat on my back and feel good. And I've been honest. I said, we need more people like me. The world has changed, and I don't like the way it's changing. We're going back in time instead of forward.
And the crazy part is when some people think that when you're recording doing something good, they think that you're basically bragging. How do you feel about something like that?
Hey, and honestly, yeah, they got the right to brag. I'm not saying everybody should be able to praise something about themselves. Just like yesterday, my best friend Marvin, that dude started a business from scratch. My wife, she started a business from scratch. We took money out of our pockets to start something that we want to pursue.
Just like Marv said yesterday, they don't got the money. Shoot, we didn't have the money. We did it. I mean, realistically, it was kind of like Marv said, you're taking a chance, but a chance that could pay off. Are you willing? I mean, life is full of risk, really. Are you willing to take the risk to see what you can do? And if you believe in it, and again, have a good support system, it makes it a little easier.
Right.
And then, like we said, now there's so many ways to get some type of information that you may need just by going on the internet, really. You got, like I said, social medias, you have YouTube, you have TikToks, you have all types of different outlets that you can use to find these things. And it's just kind of like it is. Are you willing to take the risk?
And so even in these hard times, how do you guys feel about small businesses in such a way where now so many small businesses they're either not getting heard or they're either being tormented by bigger businesses?
To me, I think it's a challenge, and I love challenges.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of like Marv said yesterday, it is a challenge because, and you see it so many times, and this is just small business across the board. You'll get people who are friends. They're like, "Oh man, give me that cut, give me that." No, that should be, you being as you're supposed to be my family, my friend, you really cool. Then you should want to support me 100%. So you should be mad at me for saying, "Hey, I'm gonna give you this," like you were doing with Marv yesterday. You giving him, even though he said he's giving it to you free, you're still doing something. You should do that, not expecting a handout, because you're helping your friend. You're helping your person. You're helping them out. And too many people, and especially in what I'm doing, I see it happen all the time. I even had it happen. People go to Etsy and stuff like that and see these people who can do the same thing you offer them at cheaper or something, but they don't take into account that sometimes those people, where you live, what you do, it may seem cheaper at first, but if they're, let's say, example, if you're here where we are, and I'm telling you, I'm giving it to you for $50, $55, that's it for something, but you go on Etsy and you find it for $40, but you got to take into account of taxes, shipping, and everything else, you can end up more than what they are, but they don't see that into things all the time, and they don't take into things, or they'll say, well, I can go to Walmart and get this. Yeah, well, Walmart's got a buying power that I don't have, that I won't have probably for a very long time. I'm not at a corporation level like that. I'm just it's just me with the occasional help from my husband. But beyond that, it's just me.
Right. And so because I look at a lot of small businesses, and I see people when people go into these small businesses, they expect these small businesses to have every single thing without a production company. You know what I'm saying? So I try to create a platform so small businesses and people who are actually trying to create a business can get their business heard, can spread information, can receive information, and get that information out there. I think the biggest problem with small businesses is they're not being seen, or nobody's taking the time to hear them.
But, and I agree with what you're saying. If they're not taking the time to hear them, but it also takes the aspect, like, being honest, like this right here, she hates being in front of the camera. She hates
Not gonna lie.
I appreciate it.
Not gonna lie, bro. Not gonna lie.
I do more talking about her business than she does, but she's starting to step outside of that comfort zone. And starting a business, like me, when I am not a people person, but I can give a speech like it's no other. I can talk a talk. But it took me to step out of that comfort zone. You gotta, when starting something small, regardless of what it is,
it's risk.
It's a risk you gotta take. It's a boundary you gotta break. It's a line you gotta cross. You're gonna make some people upset. You're gonna have some people that don't like you.
And the other thing that sucks for small businesses is, you see people who get on there, and because you're a small business, it is true. One bad thing can ruin you because you're just a small business. And then some people don't even feel like you don't even have to You don't even have to buy from them. Just share their stuff. Like, share their page. Share something you see. Put it out, because you have people that they don't have, and those people have people that they don't have. Like, it's just a chain reaction. But some people see it as it's too much of an inconvenience. If it's not what pertains to them in that moment, they don't want to do the share, the post. Because you don't have to buy from me, but you can share it. It costs nothing to share it. It costs nothing to put, hey, I seen this page. They got these things. You may like it, and share it. It doesn't take that much to do, but people don't want to go about their way to do that. And I applaud you for doing what you're doing, because you are helping everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get to have good conversations. We get to joke, be silly, be weird, obviously. And we're all family and stuff, but you're also helping, because, like, we both have friends that are mutual, but we also have different people being who we are. So everyone else can see the differences. And you're helping put out, like you did for Marv, like you did for me, and everyone else above that you're going to be helping with. Yes.
And I think this is what we need to start doing. Like we were saying yesterday, we have to start trying to give small businesses a bigger platform to spread their information, spread their businesses. And before we get to any more questions, I want all you guys to break down your all your business, where they can find you, your information, your emails, all that sort of thing.
So I actually pulled it up to have it. This is my Facebook page right here.
Okay.
You type in that name, it'll bring you to my page, and you'll see some of the things I got to update some more posts. I'm a little behind, but I've done custom pins. There's a cup. There's one of the water bottles that I've done. There's jesters that I did for them, and these actually glow in the dark.
That's sweet.
This is one of the lights that can do, and it changes colors.
Hey, that's what's up, man. So wait a minute. That right there, that light right there that you just showed.
This one?
Yeah, that's everything that you're doing yourself, right?
Yeah, all this. I engrave whatever you want, and I engrave it on different things with the lights. There's more cups. Matter of fact, your brother's bike, I did car decals for his bikes. I have some more that's coming up. These are the decals that he wanted on his. These are some more of those cups that I did, and I can do kind of whatever you want.
Okay.
And even on my page here, it tells you there's my Instagram right there. That one I got to update, but there it is. And it even has their foundation in there, because as I get more, I donate some to them to help them out.
Okay.
So I take what I earn to give to them to help them out. So, but yeah, this is it's the same name, just an Instagram with the scores, and then the Facebook page. And you can message on here and message me, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And the cool thing is he is also manages on the page. So if I don't catch it right away, he also gets to see those things.
Sadly, I'm always on my phone. It's part of my job.
So how do you guys feel as starting a small business, right? Tiff, at first, you wanted to give up. Why did you want to give up?
I got discouraged because, it's not cheap, like I said, and we put in the money, and like I said, I got a little bit of hit from friends, close friends and family that jumped on it, and then it just didn't move. It was like I was posting things. I was trying to get people to say, hey, maybe you like this, maybe you like this, maybe you like this, and no one was really, no one would even comment. No one would even say anything as far as on the post of like, yeah, maybe that'd be cool, or yeah, I might like that. And it was like I was getting no feedback. I wasn't getting nothing, and it was like, well, why do I need to keep wasting money that I really don't have right now to waste, that I could be using towards something else, for something in the house, for AV, something along those lines. And then it was just like, and I told him, and he was like, if you give up now, you might regret it. And he kind of pushed me not to give up, and I didn't really want to, but at the same time I did, because I was like, how much more money do I want to invest in that may not go nowhere?
Right. So are you glad that you didn't give up?
Yes, 100%. Because I love being very creative, and it lets me be creative.
That's true.
I'm still learning. There's so much. Like, I thought I knew a lot, and then you find so much more. Like, there's a few things that I'm actually, once I get done with some of this stuff that's coming up to be done, I have some new things that I want to try out.
Right.
Some things that I got some responses on, and I'm kind of excited to try those things out.
So Tip, you like trying out different things and new things?
Yeah, like Marv said yesterday, and like he kind of brought up, it's a challenge. I want to see how far I can go. You won't know until you try.
That's true.
In life, I mean, they always say you have to do something, and you'll either learn from it or you grow from it. But you have to go through life and do things. Sometimes it's a mistake, and sometimes it's good. But either way, you're going to learn from it.
True. So Moon, what were some words you told Tip when Tip felt like, all right, said, I want to do this, then it was like, you know what, forget it, I'm done, it ain't going nowhere?
So, like I told her, and like you've been saying, like, she was like, man, she felt discouraged. Nothing was moving. Only ones that was buying stuff was me, a couple of few friends, and I told her, I said, look, that's a small business. I said, what you've been doing is great. I said, yeah, you got a little bit of, once you start out, you had some imperfections and stuff that you can critique, but you got to start somewhere. I said, and I kept telling her, I said, eventually it will get bigger. I said, it's just going to take that one person, and then it'll get bigger. And all it did, a couple weeks later, after she was so adamant to quit, and like I said, I supported her no matter what. If she wanted to walk away, she wanted to walk away. I wasn't going to be mad about it. It's her life. Right. But I did not want her to. I wasn't going to just let her walk away. I was going to let her keep going and going. Well, she went for a little bit. We did a small order of some more cups, some more epoxy and stuff for her. And then 2 days later, like 3 people hit her up for some off the wall products. They was like, "Hey, could you make a license plate? Hey, could you make this?" So she got on there and she looked at it if she can buy it. She comes to me and she's like, "Hey, this is how much this costs. Can I go on and get it?" It's like, "Get it." I'm always I tell her, if you order something, I'd rather you have more than you have less. If you have extra is better than none. But anytime she asks me about something or she tells me about something, my favorite phase to is like, "Why are you telling me? Why don't you buy it?"
That's very much facts,
That's
bro.
me.
It's very much facts.
But
Are you glad you listen?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's always great that, you know, I have a lot of people that do support me, but like I said, it started right here, and knowing that he had my back and was allowing me to be able to, you know, explore and use my creativity that I like to use. It was nice. It was that extra push. That extra push. I have no idea what he's doing. The extra push to want to, you know, do what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of the stuff, like, I don't have it because she had just wore it, so it's actually in her dirty clothes. But I did a shirt with Avi, and she got to help make the shirt with me, so it was nice. Her cup, she actually has a cup. I have to have him go grab it, but this is something I made for him right here that he likes, and this is on wood.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
It took his stitch and his venom, and it's together, and I just put it on a piece of wood and did it like that for him.
So how long did it take you to get that type of job done?
Really, it just depends on what it is. The image, thankfully, someone already had combined, so I didn't have to do that, and it was just getting it printed off. I painted this because it wasn't painted. I sanded it down and painted it, and then I put those on there for him.
All right, so can you tell the people again what are all the things that you do? Like all the things that you do again? Like, can you name everything that you do? How you create it?
I got custom LED lights, and it's just I can get different shapes, different. Let me see. I might actually have a few. So I have a black base that I can get you. This is a black base. This is a white crackle base.
Mm-hmm.
And the good thing about these is you can either plug it in or it can use batteries. And I have circle sizes. I have the rectangles, the squares. I can do custom nameplate things like this. I do the dominoes. And then I can get regular, just like 8x10s, 5x7s, 4x6s, you know, to make that art with lights that I could just make into signs or whatever you want.
Right.
I have kid cups that I can make, and they're stainless steel, or they're like those types over there, the acrylics, and I can put whatever you want and make it anything inside. I, you know, fill it up with whatever you want and then seal it up, and then it's like a shake. You can shake it up and like that. Well, don't send the straw flying, but like this is, like I said, this is just a demo I did so I could have, like, if I ever was to go out anywhere. And yeah, it just is they call it a snow globe, and it's filled up, and then you just shake it up and it swirls.
Oh, okay, I like that.
And then just regular cups, and I can do, it just depends on what size you want. Like those ones are 24 ounces. There's the 30 ounces. There's 32 ounces. I mean, I did his 64 ounce water bottle. Just, I mean, it just, you have to, I mean, just because I don't have it doesn't mean I may not be able to do it. It's just you have to ask me. I mean, worst case, I'll say no, but I'll take it as a challenge to try it.
Right.
I mean, he said he wanted this, and I was like, ooh, I don't know if I could do that. But here I did it. So, and I did a different technique. I did, as they call it, it's a peekaboo method, because I took the color of the cup, laid it over, painted it over, and then removed it. So it was the color underneath is what you see. with everything.
Okay. Okay. So what advice do you have for small businesses that are trying to get to the next level?
Kind of like Marv says, it's gonna be tough at first. It's all about risk, and like I almost did. You're gonna get discouraged, but you gotta have patience because it's small and it's gonna be hard. Especially like some of the problems that I run into is a lot of people do things like this. So people who have been doing it are gonna be in competition with you, and you may have run into the moments like I did where they're like, "Oh, well, I found it cheaper, so I'm gonna go here," and you just have to accept it because there's not much you can't change their minds. And it's going to take some time. But if you really, really want it, go for it. Go for it. See what you can do. You'll never know until you try.
Okay, so when you first started creating your business and started putting things together, where did your creativity and your ideas come from?
She's always had it.
Yeah.
I'm being honest, man. She's always been that creative person.
I mean, I helped draw some of his tattoos long before I ever did any of this. I mean,
that's my hair.
He's got a whole.
I'm a little dark, but
his whole arm sleeve, I helped put them together for him.
Mm-hmm.
She's my trial. She always draws them out, lets me look at it, so I'm a visualizer, so I like to think about it. But she'll draw it out. I'll tell her what I'm thinking. She'll draw it out, give me a little picture of what it is, and I was like, you know what, I like that. Get it done. But she's always been that way. Creativity is something she likes doing.
It's always been, if it wasn't sports, it was always being able to create something. It's always been something. That's something that when all else failed for me, that was my safe haven. And after sports ended for me because of 2 knee surgeries and pretty much being told I was done,
right,
then it left only one thing. And when I left college and wasn't doing it no more, I thought I would be okay just, doing the normal go to work, be a wife, be a mom, and it'd be fine. And after a while, I felt like I didn't have something for myself. Kind of like Marv said, just didn't feel like you were missing something.
Right.
And it started to kind of affect us because I would feel something and kind of get snappy, moody, and I couldn't say why because I at the time didn't know. You can stop that. Because I didn't know at the time that's what it was. Is I didn't have something for me. I didn't take the time. You gotta have some time for yourself. Even in relationships, you gotta have some time for yourself. You gotta have something that you can do. Don't start because you do things. Don't even. Anyways, for yourself to have something, It's always good to have things for each other, but at the end of the day, as a person, you got to be able to find yourself. Like Marv said, you've got to be able to know who you are as a person. And I kind of let it go for a while. And then it was just like, this is what I want. This is me. This is me. This is something I love to do. This is what I'm passionate about. Like him, the foundation he's passionate about because he's in those shoes. He's in the military. He's seen things. He's done things just like people before him. And it's hard when, it's hard to open up with things about that. That's kind of why they do what they do, to try and help. Like, look, I'm not here to judge you. I know what you've been, like, I have a taste of what you've been through. I may have not walked your exact shoe path, but I walked a path like you did, and I understand it. And that's something he's very passionate about, besides, like, cars, sports, and things like that. But that's something he truly enjoys to do. That's, his thing that they go and do. Kind of like he does for me. He's here. He helps out, he does things, but that's his thing. So this is kind of my thing, and now that we kind of know that we have our things, it's been a lot better in the long run too. You finding yourself, you can't make another person happy if they're not happy themselves.
Right. So what do you think about small business as a whole right now, and especially with during the pandemic?
It's hard. It is definitely hard.
I can be honest, this is my standpoint when it comes to her business. I am in her business, but I'm not. So she controls 99% of everything she does. Only thing is It says she has enough product to do what she needs. I keep track of what she's ordering.
Right.
So I'll come in here once in a while and I'll look and I'm like, okay, so this is what she likes to keep on stock. So I make sure she doesn't short herself out.
Correct.
She'll go to order and she's like, babe, this is a little too much. Like, being honest. So the first place she went to go find this right here, first place she went to go find this was epoxy. Cost her for just this bottle.
No, it's the two set. It's
Oh,
that.
was
But the
it
other,
two set?
yeah, it's that bottle and this bottle.
Yeah. Let's say this one. Oh, okay, both of them. All right, yeah, you're right.
Right.
About
$200.
About $200. She didn't want to spend the money. I told her to spend it because her original place during COVID were behind. They were like almost 8 months behind, but she needed it. So I said, "All right, $200. Go get it. You need it. You have product you need to make." So she spent the $200. Was she happy about it? No. Did I care? No. But like she said, to me though, I can make money. All I gotta do is go to work. But if she's gonna make this business the way she wants it, I'm gonna have to spend a little money to make it work. Sometimes
Right.
I'm spend a lot. Sometimes I might spend none.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it keeps a smile on her face. She's getting product out there. People are happy. So during the pandemic right now, it's hard for a lot of small businesses. But to me, this is a challenge for these small businesses.
Yeah, it is.
How much do you want to succeed? Especially like her, she's in one of the worst small businesses you can be in because everybody does it.
Everybody went to it because it's something that can bring in some type of money.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone likes custom things. I mean, because not typically no one has that item that you got because that's something you requested.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely challenging, but I think it makes you stronger in the long run.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had some issues and I've lost out on some stuff solely because I couldn't get product.
Right.
And if that's not my fault, it's out of my control. When places that you would normally order stuff are out, it hinders you, but it makes you look bad because it's not your fault, but they take it as your fault, even though it's, the bigger companies that don't have their products or don't have what they're supposed to have. Because you have to rely on bigger places to get some of the things you need. Like you said, my epoxy, my cups, and things like that. Those come from other places. And if they're out, it hurts me because they're looking at you like, oh, well, you couldn't get what I wanted done. Which then, like I said, goes back to that whole bad word. And one bad rep can ruin a small business, especially if you don't have a lot there already.
But another thing most people need to realize, and we've done this, if y'all want something specific, like a specific cup done that you have, bring it here. If you live out of the state, send it. Or send me a picture. Send her a picture, and we can find it. Because not everything is accessible in different states. People got to realize that. So, like, her sister wanted a certain cup. Well, we couldn't get the cup she wanted because they were out of stock. But she had a cup. She was like, I don't need this cup. Here, use this one. All she does is she strips it bare and starts putting her stuff on there. It's a process, but she's willing to do that extra process to get you what you want.
And like you said with the money, I spent a little bit more because I did some of my research.
Mm-hmm.
And this particular epoxy that I have for the cups, it's a lot quicker process than it is on regular. So once I get done and put your last layer on, in 3 days, I can give you your product.
Mm-hmm.
So say in total, it takes me a week. In a week, you have your product because I take a few days to get and once that last coat is on, in 3 days, I fix it up, I make sure all my seals are good, and then I send it to you.
Right.
Or I hand it to you if you're here, like local. And like I even have on my stuff, I can send anywhere. Like all you gotta do is, once I do it, tell me what it is, and I ship it to you.
So you guys do shipping?
Yeah.
Anywhere in the okay.
Our prices include the shipping in it already.
Yeah, when you tell me what you want, and I'll get back to you. Like, so if you say you want this cup, and you want this image, and you want this much of stuff, once I calculate everything, when I send you your price, I will already have shipping included into it. And for the most part, it's the same, $6 across the board, $5-6 across the board for shipping.
So to the ones that want shipping, how do they contact you with shipping? For the ones who don't see it online, who can't really just, don't really see it online?
If you don't have Facebook or Instagram, I actually have a business email, which is TTs Krafty Treazurez at yahoo.com, and you can reach out to me there. Okay. And just like it is on the stuff, if I don't see it right away, I will get to it. I will, like I said, there's 2 eyes. I have mine and his looking at everything. Like, he has just as much realm of being able to do stuff on the page as I do. That's the other admin to the page. So if I don't happen to see it, he can say, hey, go look at it because this is so-and-so and they want it. And I'll tell you, and I'll be honest with you, hey, all right, based off of what you wanted, it's going to be a week or so before I ship it out. Like, I give you a time frame, and I, like Marv said, I'm trying to stick to it. Now, keep in mind, I obviously am a wife. I do go to school, and I am a mom. So if something comes up, that may alter it a little bit. But I'm going to be honest with you. Hey, this happened, so I'm a little bit behind solely because of this. I'm honest. I'm upfront about it. And I probably do a little bit more than I should is I triple check to make sure what you wanted is what you want before I go doing it. So I'll mock it up, I'll send it to you, and make sure that's what you want. Like, before I finish this, before I go moving on to this, I put it together, and I try to take the work out. Like, if you got a bunch of images you want, send it to me, and I'll do the main work for it. Or if you don't even want to do it, you say, okay, example, I know you're a Cowboy fan, so I'm going to use your example. I want a Dallas Cowboys cup, but you don't send me what you want. You just said, that's what I want. Then I'm going to go look out, and I'm going to do some research. I'm going to put a mock-up together, and I'm going to send it to you and be like, hey, Bam, is this work? Is this what you want? And you're going to say, I think I want this. And I'll go back and I'll tweak it, and then I'll send it back to you. And you'll be like, all right, that works. And I'm going to be like, okay, are you positive this works? Is this what you want? Before I move on with the process, so that you're not in the blind of what you are or not getting. You know what you're getting.
Right. So what do you guys think about people who actually knock and have so much bad things to say about small businesses?
I ain't gonna say that. I'll probably get in trouble.
I just think you're not giving them a chance, because we truly are. It's small, so it's not going to be 100% perfect. And let's be real, even big corporations, you can always find a slight flaw into something. When I send out a card to you, it literally says, pretty much this has been handmade, so there might be small imperfections, because there will be. I mean, we're human. I'm not a machine. So there may be something that's slightly off. Like, there may be a bubble I missed and I didn't quite fix it. Or because the example for the epoxy, you can end up with many, many micro bubbles. You can do everything in the world to get the micro bubbles out, but it may still be there. You typically won't see it unless you're like this up on it, but it happens. Like, things happen. I'm not a machine. At the end of the day, I am a human being. And you have to understand, just like you make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not all 100% perfect. We're not. And I just think people nowadays are so used to perfection and expect to a T, and not realize that we're not machines.
Okay. So where do you guys think you would be if everything gets to rolling and say everything gets back to going, everything better? What do you guys think you could be with the right production, with the right people support you guys did?
With the right support, and with everything going back up to being normal, everything, I feel like our business will just start picking back up. Being honest, because you got to think about our area. Ain't that many people around here. Small business, but with the way she's pushing out product, like, if you seen that, y'all seen the table earlier. She has 10 cups pretty much over here.
Oh, there's like 14, 15 cups
that are already done. 4 of them are already gone, like pretty much else done. Like, she overworks herself when she comes in here.
I do.
But she does that to push herself. So when everything starts picking back up, once COVID and stuff starts going away, it probably won't, but once the world starts getting a little better, Only thing I see is some more improvements. You know, better income. You know, better way to get more product, so she can stock up. But that's what I see, because she doesn't. If she can fight as hard as she fights now, when there's nothing to find, there's nothing when there is there to have it. Right? She sits here for hours searching 4 different sites to find one thing.
I always try to make sure that I'm getting quality product, but also at a good cost that not only benefit to me, but my customers.
Right.
My wallet.
Anyways. But like I want you to be just as satisfied as I am, if not more, when you see it. Like, prime example, when I sent Jester and for his stuff that he got, I added that extra feature of the glow powder. He had no idea. He didn't even request it. That was extra. That was something I did extra for him because he's in the club and his cup was for the club. So I'm like, you want to stand out. That's what you said. You wanted that cup because it'll make you stand out. Well, let me add this extra wow factor of glow in the dark. So when you're sitting in that club under the black lights, it stands out. Your name is just like bow in somebody's face. You know what I'm saying? And they love it. I was like, oh, I don't know how they're going to feel about it. I'm not sure how much they're going to love it. And they're like, they already got things lined up that they're waiting, that we're working on, that I'm still doing research and stuff for them that they're waiting to order. And the cool thing is, as like I said earlier, I'm finding more and more new things that I can do. I can, because I just recently found it, and I want to do it as it gets closer, but I can do Christmas stockings. I can do Christmas ornaments. I can do like tree skirts and things like that, and bags and stuff like that. These are things that as I'm going on, I'm finding out more and more cool things that I can do. So, I mean, really, it's, a guy was asked not too long ago if I can make a deck of playing cards, and I did some research and actually found out, yes, I can make custom playing cards. Like just like with the poker chips. I found out I can do the poker chips.
I see on the table you was thinking you was getting into making dominoes. What got you in trying to make dominoes?
Yeah, actually my mother-in-law, his mom, wanted to do something different for her husband, and she was like, do you think you can do this? I was like, I don't know, let me see, let me do some research, because if I don't know, that's what I'm going to tell you honestly. Hey, give me a day or so I can dig in and see what I find. And I got back to her, I was like, yeah, there's things that I can do. And she was like, shoot, what do you think? So I was like, all right, let me get it and let me test it. This was my very first set of dominoes that I did, like testers. These are my testers.
Man, get out of here, man. Get out of here. So that's what you made it yourself?
Yeah.
So for anybody that can hear us, she make dominoes to all the people that like to play dominoes at home.
And look.
Yeah, that's the time. So how long does it take you to make a thing of dominoes?
It just depends. I typically say 2 weeks, give or take, for this, because depending on what you want, it's finding the colors, making sure I can do the colors, and then making sure I get it done right. And then depending on what you want, I can do as simple as just the dominoes. I can do the dominoes, a box, or I can do a domino box and holders. And I mean, actually make the holders for the dominoes. I have a set in here that I'm actually finishing up right now, but I'll show you a holder. But it actually is the domino holder.
Oh, that's sweet.
And the dominoes literally just... You can do them long ways or standing straight up.
That's for the people that like to count slow. And they can't hold their dominoes in their hand.
But yeah, I mean, it's just, and like I said, it's just based off of what you want. I mean, if I don't have it there, doesn't mean I can't do it. Just ask.
Right.
Worst case is I'm going to tell you no, but you won't know until you ask. I mean, I didn't think I could do things like this, and here I am. Doing things like that.
So you and Mom give all you guys information. Can you give all your information again, from your email to the name of your company? And Mom, can you give out the the veteran help that you guys do again? Can you guys give out your information one more time?
Yeah. So, like I said, my name's Ramone Russell. Name of the foundation is the Silent War Foundation. We're found on Facebook. We also have a TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm recently trying to get up with the new kids, but
I didn't know this.
there has all my information, has the president's information. Y'all can reach us at any point in time. Like I said, due to my job on the military side, my phone is always on me. So, like with her business or the foundation, you send a message, it'll ding right on my phone. Trust me, she hates my phone. Never stops ringing. So, all you do is reach out for help. And I'm being honest, guys, I'm trying my best to get it. Right now, we're not nationwide, so it's hard to reach out to get help. But if you need somebody to talk to, you can ask her. I've been driven across the state of Oklahoma just for someone to talk to. I don't have a problem traveling. I love the road. And I will get you the help that you need. If I got resources I got resources all over the country that I can get you some help. So, and the same thing goes for my president. We are willing to do that to help somebody get the help that they need, is to go above and beyond. But yeah, find us on Facebook. Look us up. Like the page. Put a couple messages on there. Every once in a while, we'll put like an inspirational quote. Check on people. You know, I like to try to change it up a little bit, not make it so depressing. Do like some little fun activities or stuff like that, joke around. But all the seriousness though, we're here to help, not just the veterans, we're here to help the families too. So
because the VA is just.
So before she says that, it's not that we're taking from the VA, because I still use the VA. It's a big fight, but there is some bylaws they have to follow. They don't really look for the family. Their main goal is to soldier. Regardless, male or female, is to soldier. Our goal.
I wasn't going to badmouth it. All I was going to say was.
Gotta be careful how you say it. So.
It's just another way. It helps them and the family. So if you're getting help and the family don't know what to do, it doesn't help you guys as much because they don't know what to do. So it helps give them a little insight into what to help you with.
So what's up with me?
I don't know.
But same thing. Hey, for her business though, she got some Facebook. She has
I have a Instagram and a Facebook, and both of them are TTs Krafty Treazurez. It's Krafty with a K instead of a C, and Treasures with a Z instead of S, so it's different. That's both for Instagram and Facebook. And then the email, you can reach me if you don't have either one of them, is TTs Krafty Treazurez, the same way as is for the businesses on the pages, at yahoo.com.
And so, where do you guys want to go from here?
I'm right here.
I eventually would like this to blow up and be bigger and own my own place, my own shop. So I'm not, I don't mind working from home. Out of my house, it's fine. But eventually I want to be big enough that it'll turn into something where I need a shop. It's so big that I need a shop and may need a few people like, hey, this is something I'm going to need some people for. I want to be able to have my own business and be my own boss. That's my ultimate goal, is to be my own boss. And then it also shows my daughter that anything is possible. Don't limit yourself. You take these risks, because in the long run, these risks can be worth it.
Correct. So where are you guys based right now? What city and state?
What was that?
We're in Lawton, Oklahoma. That's where we're at.
They're Oklahoma. So, Mom, real quick. You guys are in Oklahoma, but when you guys are helping veterans, you guys help veterans nationwide?
So I want to be nationwide. It's harder to get nationwide as possible as what I want. But as me as a person, if someone that's in a different state calls me because they found me on Facebook and they needed help, I will find the resources in their area and point them to. I will literally get it to where that person that they need to talk to will find them. We've done it.
Yeah, they do. They have gone up and beyond to help people.
I've literally had a guy that wanted to better himself, so he wanted to go into a 24-hour hold just so someone can evaluate him. But him and his wife tried the same avenue that I told him, and they ran him around the bush. Well, I personally walked him through it and got him exactly what he wanted. So I'm willing to do that. And like I said, we're not nationwide. Right now we're just local. But as us as veterans and people, we're willing to get you that extra help. So if you call me and you're in South Dakota, I'm gonna find some resources in South Dakota. It might take me a little bit, but I will make those phone calls. That's what I'm willing to do. I'll sit up all night long, and I will have a notebook of anybody and everything in that area.
They do go. Him and everyone else. There's what, 4 or 5 of you?
Mm-hmm.
They all go. They all have different roles, but their ultimate goal is to do exactly what he's saying. They go up and beyond to find help for you and what you're looking for, and to make sure you get what you need.
Right.
The whole was in 22.
Yep, the end of 22.
No
more 22.
No more 22.
So Tiff, real quick, how do customers make you feel when they give you a call and say, "I want you to do this for me," and you do it for them, and they're happy about it? How does that make you feel to see that they're happy about the product that you made and created?
It feels great, actually. It feels great, and everybody that I've made something for, they're not just happy. They're like, wow, this is not what I was picturing at all.
Right.
I give you an idea of what it is, but you don't see it until it's literally in your hand. Like, wow, this. Like, example, I made Marv an LED light, and I sent him a mock-up of what it would be, and he's like, and then he got it, he was like, this is so much more than what I really thought it was. His cup, he didn't think it was going to be quite to what it was, and it turned out much better. I didn't even expect half of the cups to turn out the way they do, and I'm like, wow, I did that. Like, it's like, I did that, and then you're like, wow, I really love this. This is amazing. Like, this is so much, like, some people can't even get words out for how great they like it. So then it's like, I'm doing something good. Like, I know what I'm doing is worth it. My risk is worth it. And that I have found me. I'm doing something that I love that makes me happy, too, which makes everything else around me happy.
Right. See, and I believe in that. I believe in find something that you love and do and create a business.
Want my competition, please show me my competition. Show me who fucking with me. Show me who fucking with me. Want my competition.